Rams fans, good morning. We just had the first Sunday without football in what will be a while, and it was stupid. It was just as stupid as you would think it was going to be. I just wandered around my house just aimlessly. Pretty cool. I'm Sheriff Joe Bags. This is Tuna and the Sheriff. This is Tuna. So,
I just came back from the woods, bro, and
yeah.
you're this sad. You missed me this much. Good
Oh,
morning.
yeah. If you want to make this selfish and make it about you, I guess we could do that. Yeah,
That's how
man.
I
I
took it.
just woke up and it was like my eyes open and it's like, oh, it's Sunday. Oh,
It was so bad that I had to literally leave the town. I had to leave LA. I had to go rummage through the woods. I spent the weekend in Big Bear, so I'm here. I stayed off. I took a break off social media for the weekend. Yeah, I had to. And Moody was right. Are you in a new location? Are you
oh
in
yeah.
witness protection? What's
That's
going on
so
there?
funny. Yeah, actually, I just moved around my studio. That's all. It's the same thing. You used to just see me from the camera used to be on this way, and now it's not.
We don't like it. We don't like it. Change it back right now. We don't
I'm
like
gonna
change on this show. Nope. We don't like change. We're football fans. We don't like change. Nope.
no, but we're also Rams fans, so we adapt
Do we?
yeah, we
Do
do.
we?
We do. Even though there's reluctant ass people out there that don't want to change and shift and do cool things, the Rams are very willing to adapt. And
Ah.
even being a historically relevant franchise, I love that. I love that. Like even you go back, you peel back the layers of the history of this team, and I love that they're still willing to just try things and just see what happens. Man, some things don't work well, and you gotta shift. And I said this before you jump in here. I'm gonna say this too because there's a lot of times. Yeah, you watch it. You
Jump
sit
in.
down.
I didn't say anything. All right, go ahead.
The one thing that we've seen with the uniforms and logos and stuff, historically speaking, under
Okay.
Nike, is a dramatic, obnoxious rebrand, and then a little bit of a pullback. We've seen it with Atlanta. You do these obnoxious gradient jerseys, pull that back. It's like, oh, okay, hold on, that was obnoxious. Jaguars, they do the stupid helmets. And they're like, okay, now it was maybe a little much. Pull that back a little bit. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they do like the caveman numbers. And they were like, all right, that's a little corny. Pull that back. Rams went pretty heavy gradient. I'm just saying. It feels like that's something that they would pull back. But Tuna, you have some sources here and have gotten some some insight on the new Rams logo. Guys, exclusive.
You heard it here first, right here in the heart of Los Angeles. This is the Rams' new logo. We're getting rid of the thrills. We're getting back to old lunch pail defenses. We're getting back to just the working man sport. And what's more working man than just no logo? It's just an animal. It's just a ram. We're not even going to digitally alter it. Like this is me doing it, the coloring. We're actually just going to go take a photo of any ram. The first ram we see, that's the new logo. That's what we're going to do. No, we're playing fun because all that has been the talk online from what I hear over the weekend has been cool like a wool baby. I don't know why that's funny. Bring that up. Cool like a wool baby. I love it. The Rams are going to be warm. They learned their lesson from the Chicago game. No, I should have the guy's handle pulled up in front of me, but somebody who spends their time, like their niche is about uniforms and logo drops for sports, mostly NFL.
We don't need to.
No. Yeah, I'm not pulling. I'm just saying for people that missed it, that don't know what we're talking about. Somebody is taking their shot. They're calling their shot on their sources about what the Rams' potential changes will be. Everyone knows that the Rams have filed for uniform changes. We have our own opinion on it. The people who cover the Rams and like kind of know the ownership, like their tendencies. I don't think it's going to be a drastic change. I think it will be minor changes. You hinted at it. I agree with it. I do think they go away with the gradient on the logo side. I mean, on the uniform side. The logo side, I don't know where this came from. Where they're changing something completely new. I don't think they will. I think it'll be minor changes, like to match the uniform. Like if they get rid of gradient, they'll get rid of gradient on the logos. His emphasis was that they're going to get rid of the Rams head that people don't like, that they hate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they'll get rid of it. If they mess with that, they may change it. They may make everything look more aggressive and stuff like this, but that's about it. I don't think there's going to be like a drastic change like this guy is calling for. I'm not sure what you think on the whole matter, or if you think on the matter at all.
I'm not really, I'll be honest. I don't really give a lot of attention to stuff like that because it's like, who cares? What's the point? But I will say that I do think that based on the Titans logo leak and how that happened, and then that little plush toy with the Rams logo, it's like that to me, it's like, oh, that makes sense. It's like that's a little bit different than what we're used to. And it's like, that's probably real, like that's where my brain went to immediately. But then that is the primary logo. So I know that there's people out there saying that that the Rams are going to dramatically alter their primary logo, and I just don't think that that's the case. And then also with the Ram head logo, I just see a lot of rumors say that the Rams are just full on bringing back the throwback logo, and I'll just say that I just don't think that that's real. I just don't think that that could be necessarily something that the Rams would do. That logo is awesome, it's cool and stuff like that, but it's got its place in history, and I don't think that pulling stuff back from previous years makes any sense at all. I'll be honest. And then also, you just look at the wave of the logos now and what we're looking at, and a lot of things are just more simplistic, a little bit more toned down. So I think that the detail that's in that old Ram head logo, I just don't think it's something that we would pull back in. And then, I mean, you even look at the Titans logo, which I know it's getting a lot of hate right now. It's getting a lot of heat. I think it's way better. It's like, obviously remove the flames. This isn't 1998 anymore. Like, it's like, obviously, what is this? Like, what are we doing? It's like, that's a 12-year-old's logo, and now we've grown up and now we have an adult logo. It's like, thank goodness, Titans.
Time out. No. All right. Flames on a car, lame. Flames on your biceps because you're a cool guy, lame as hell. Flames on a Titans logo, that stays.
No,
because all I think is white helmet, Steve McNair losing to the Rams in the Super Bowl. But all the great Rams, all the great Titans.
You realize how long ago that was?
But all the great
we were 9.
Titans, all the best Titans memories. I'm thinking of the white helmet with the flame. Like, differentiate. I don't like the move into transitioning back into the Oilers days, because I feel like that's still such a that is if they're going to the baby blue, like they're leaning into their Houston Oilers roots.
Their colors have always been Oilers colors. They've never changed. What are you talking about?
But they've leaned heavier into like the dark blue, the navy blue. Look at the current iteration. Like, the baby blue has become secondary.
Blame the Texans.
It's an accent.
Blame the Texans for that.
It's as messy as if the Rams did go back to like the navy and gold colors with St. Louis. That's the way I look at it.
Way less messy. It's because of the city, man. It's like if the Cardinals went with the Rams blue and gold, because it's like, well, we all it's like, well, no, that doesn't count. That wasn't you.
Major throwback. Like I love the Oilers uniforms. Those are iconic and everything, but also like the Titans, like the flame thing. I think it is really cool. And also I think everyone's getting ahead of themselves with the plushie logo leak. I think that's just, how sometimes like there's Rams hats out there with like a random logo where is it new? It's like, no, like they're not doing a yellow helmet. Sometimes they just do odd stuff.
I guess it doesn't look like an alternate to me, but I don't want to blow off the Titans thing yet, because I'm still not. I think that the flame was actually more Oilers related than having no flame.
You don't
because
like
it was
that?
an Oilers thing. The fire was an Oilers thing.
The ultimate tie. Look at this. How do you not like that?
No, it's not that I don't like that. It's I agree that it was time to grow up and get rid of the flame. You can't even see the flame on that picture. Come on, man.
Yeah, but it's there. But yeah, their whole thing is based on Greek mythology, the Titans and everything. I like it. I hope that they don't just go to just a circle. I think that's too unanimous with like the rest of the league. Minimalistic.
Did you see their renderings on their stadium had no flame on the logos and stuff like that? And it's like, yeah, that's just what they did.
Man.
Yeah, but that's a good thing. Having just a circle logo without that flame tail on it is going to be so much better, man. I support their decision. And this on a helmet, on the side of the helmet, is going to look great. Because they're obviously going to remove the ram horn and just put the full logo on the side, because that's what nothing matters anymore, because we can just make up whatever anymore. It doesn't even matter.
It's the whole Rams. Yeah. I think when it comes to the Rams leaked leaked head coming. I think it's going to end up being just not true. I don't buy it at all. And then when ultimately what's going to happen, and this is me just hating people doing stuff for clicks, even if they change the head a little bit, they change the face, they change the horn, whatever they change, people like that, they'll say, "Oh, look, I was right." It's like, no, you weren't. You said there, whatever.
Oh,
It's
people will
just
find a way
frustrating.
to be right. That's the unfortunate thing. That's like when
Yeah,
people do their mock drafts and they're like, "Well, I had a different version that had all top 10 picks right." And you're like, "No, you didn't. Like, show me then, dumbass. Like, get
yeah,
out of here with that." So, yeah.
yeah. But anyways, back to real news. Rams did hire somebody else, from I'm told by you right before the show. LA Rams are set to hire Robert Wright as defensive assistant. Wright is a former DC at Syracuse and then at Buffalo, which I think is actually a typo. I think he was an assistant DC and linebackers coach at Syracuse. I don't think he was the DC at Syracuse. I think they kind of bunched it in there. Pete Thamel kind of doing some healthy PR for Coach Wright here.
Yeah, there you go.
But Orange went 10-3. That was 2 years ago. They did beat the undefeated number 6 Miami. A lot of offense in that game. Wright is a Mike Elko disciple. If you guys don't know about Mike Elko, Sheriff Joe Bass can tell you all about him as a Texas A&M man. All that I know, they constantly just have blue chip talent coming out of Texas A&M defensively. Myles Garrett's alum is from there. Every year now, it does seem like there's a defensive edge like rusher coming out of A&M. It's like, this guy's really damn good. So, do you have any thoughts on Mike Oko and then this hire as well for the Rams?
Specifically just out of this hire and that coming from that Elko kind of tree, did this, I mean, yeah, the pass rushers are certainly an aspect there. I mean, Myles Garrett obviously was way before Elko, but yeah, it's that's the disguising and randomly like pulling in having a guy blitz that you just don't think is coming at all is kind of like the bit of the MOs that I've seen from watching A&M. So I'm kind of just interested to see the dynamic that he brings into this to this team. I'm trying to figure out exactly what he's okay. It's just a defensive assistant. Okay, so
Yeah.
Just trying to see like what kind of true impact that'll have. Cause I mean, obviously every coach has their input and stuff like that, but I mean, this is still Shula's squad. So I'm hoping that the impact here can be that we kind of just mix some things up a little bit more. I was talking to you, Tuna, about that it just kind of felt like the disguising kind of went away from the Rams defense as the season went on. So I just like to see that mixed up, man. I like when you can get any quarterback, and we've got like the guy who can do it, which is awesome in Stafford. But to be able to look at the defense, and then as soon as that ball snapped, it's a different defense now. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of disguising coverages and doing all kinds of different, as soon as the ball snapped, kind of readjusting everything. I'm a big fan of that. If you got the right people for it, and I think we do. I think we've got some really talented defenders. I just think that they were kind of deployed in not the best ways as the season went on. So yeah, any help on the defensive side, I think, is a plus, especially when you get from a creative team and a creative brain like Robert Wright. So I'm excited for it.
I equate it. I agree that I don't think it's going to be like a major overhaul. You add this in, you add the DB coach from Ohio State in as well to help out Aubrey Pleasant even more, and to help out Shula. It equates to me the same way where you might see on the offensive side, where it's McVay's offense, but every year there's a different iteration, there's a different nuance, there's a different little trick they're doing. Like this year, McVay wasn't the only brainchild behind the 13 personnel, the 12 personnel usage. That was the tight ends coach. That was Shieldhouse. They had major input. Excuse me. I know I talked to Brock Vieira, sports on Rams on SI. He looked into this extensively. Like, it was really the tight ends coach. I'm drawing a blank on this name. I know you know it, Joe. Rams tight ends coach.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm
like that.
Terrible with assistant coach
early
names.
in the morning
It's a blind spot of mine. Yeah, those two were kind of like really big proponents of, hey, we need to utilize this tight end room a lot more. And you saw the 13 personnel from the Rams. If you get that same style, like that same kind of like scientist in the lab type thing on defense, you are right. Shula loves disguising. If the Mike Elko defense really thrives on that, sweet. Like, let's actually do it with real blue chip guys. Let's go get like the best players available from the draft, from free agency. Let's lean into this. Let's do it better. Let's blitz more. I don't think they're going to overnight turn into like man coverage and press a lot more. But if they're going to lean heavier into disguises, cool. Let's get guys that can add wrinkles to that to make it better. Because I love it too. I love the disguising, but without the top tier talent, like the Rams were trying to kind of playing above their level. It's like, especially in the defensive backfield, you're going to get exposed. The smoke and mirrors doesn't work that well. And then when you have Quentin Lake go down for a few weeks, now guys are out of place with their disguises. Like they're just not in the right spot they're supposed to be. So it amplifies the problem. I'm excited. I'm going to get more and more excited as more rumors come out from like the draft. Like, oh, the Rams are interviewing this guy and this guy. And it all could come down to like, okay, what do they want to build on this defensive side? And I'm really excited about it.
That's when I'll get excited about it, is when like Kingsbury, when we find out that like we drafted somebody because Kingsbury had an idea of how we could use them in McVay's offense specifically. You know what I mean? Like that's when I'll be like, all right, hell yeah, this is gonna be cool. Like that's the kind of the part that I'll get excited about. But there's an interesting comment here from Kamal saying, "Big brain move by McVay. Can't have our new great OC get poached if we don't have an OC." Which is kind of funny. And I'm kind of like the way this roster is being, this coaching staff's being built right now. It kind of feels like the Rams are just saying to anybody like, hey, if we like you and we like your football brain, get on in here. After everybody's in the building, then we'll figure out what everybody's doing. Like, it's kind of just feels like how it's going with like Brian Allen coming in, Kingsbury coming in, you get Wright coming in. It's like everybody's just an assistant right now. And then I feel like once we have all the positions filled, then it's going to be one of those where it's like, all right, cool. Now, all right, Brian Allen, you are helping out Wendell on the offensive line or doing this or whatever, you know. And then I feel like that's kind of what we're getting right now, because it's like we don't really have job titles for anybody. Everybody just gets hired as an assistant. Right? So it's like, all right, what does that mean?
We're just a family. We're just a family on defense. We do have some comments here that I want to acknowledge here. David said, bring in Mike Tomlin also. Yeah, what's he doing these days? Is he going to go commentating?
I don't know.
I don't know what he's going to be doing, but
probably take a year off, I would guess.
Yeah, I don't know if Tomlin is ready to be assistant. I can imagine, 20 years, you kind of want to take a back seat real quick. And then Kamal Covey, I'm all for it. 40 personnel. I mean, the Rams basically damn near did it. Like they just
that's what it is with Puka, man. That's what they got. Like they even said that. I don't remember what Rams
13 and a half personnel.
Yeah, they're calling it. It's like, dude, when Puka's out there, like that is 4 tight ends. Like and that's the funny thing too, is that like when it's Terrence Ferguson, it's like you can count him as the wide receiver if you need to. Like you can bump him outside. Like he's athletic enough to do it. So it's like, I don't know, man. I like that we can mix that up. Actually, I would love to see that next year. Do a 13 personnel, but with Terrence Ferguson out wide and Puka in in the close tight end, man. That'd be good.
Yeah, what we could see from the defense next year is trying to counter its own progress it made on offense this past season. It's a copycat league. Do we see other teams deploy more 13 personnel or try to? Do they try to do 12 personnel? And then how do you counter that on defense if you're the Rams? You might have to copy what the Seahawks did. Do they get a different edge rusher to combo with Verse and Young? Do they ship Verse out of town or ship Byron Young out of town? I'm hearing some fans like questioning that a little bit, which is interesting because then you see pieces like this. Brock Vieira, again, Rams on SI. He wrote a piece on Friday. How Rams superstar Byron Young continues to pay it forward. In this article, he talks a lot about the leadership role that he began to develop this year. The Michael Hoyt void left in the defense. Because for all the jokes that we would make about Michael Hoyt, about I hate seeing him dropping coverage, he was a good leader. Like the young guys looked up. Yeah, the guys looked up to Michael Hoyt. And I know a lot of the players were sad that he, left for another team. Byron Young trying to fill that role as well. He improved at Pilates over the offseason, and it was noticeable. Like him getting double-digit sacks is great for him, but kind of fell off second half of the season. Really fell back into that back end, like Robin role to versus Batman. But when Verse wasn't even showing up, Byron Young wasn't elevating his game either. So I know he was dealing with a little bit of an injury the last few games. Was he more injured than we knew? Was it just a consequence of the entire defense not performing well? Was it Byron Young's fault? Somebody million questions. So I want to ask you, are you a big believer in Byron Young? He's going to be due for a contract extension pretty soon. Pass rushers get a butt ton of money. Is he going to be record-setting contract money? Do the Rams just exercise a 50-year option? Like, what do they do with Byron Young?
He was what, a
23, 22? He's got one more year in his contract.
What pick was he?
Third
round, first round, so we can't do a fifth year option.
You're right. I misspoke. My bad.
Okay. Like, wait a second, what the hell? No, I'll be honest, man. So I'm just like kind of looking at Byron Young's history too. Because I know for his first 2 seasons, I'm trying to find his game log. For his first 2 seasons, he started real hot and then kind of tapered off as the season. Yeah, so he doesn't have your option, obviously.
Oh, Moody beat me to it. Thank you, Moody.
Oh, he's very much 7-7. But I mean, this year he definitely, had a stronger. The first 7 games was definitely strong. Yeah, that's where all really. After that, he only had 3 sacks. So that trend kind of continues. That he starts a lot hotter than he ends. And I mean, I've got nothing negative to say about Byron Young. I really like Byron Young, but I do think that he is one of those players where if he were to be traded or packaged into something, that it's like, I feel like we would be okay. Like, it's one of those things that, like, even he would have plays like next year for some team where we're like, oh man, maybe we shouldn't have gotten rid of him, but it's like, but we're still doing fine. It's like our guys, Josiah Stewart, Jared Verse, Nick Hampton, if he comes back, like these guys would still be producing. So it's like, yeah, sure. It's like he's doing good out there, but we're doing fine kind of thing. And it's not that I want Byron Young to leave. I just think that if he does, we'll be okay. And that's the best way that I can put that, I think, is that like we'll be all right if he goes. I like Byron Young a lot. I would not like to see him go, but that is the biggest thing I think in the trend that we can see is that he starts the year real strong and then kind of tapers off. And you're absolutely right. When Jared Verse wasn't being that guy, we had one-on-ones all the way across the board and no one's winning. It's like, all right, we're supposed to have this sick front and no one can win a one-on-one, and so it's getting really frustrating there. And early in the season, it worked, man. We were able to get our pass rush. And so the secondary was looking fine, like we were able to kind of cover that deficiency up a little bit with a pass rush. And then as the season went on, I think the teams kind of adjusted. They started, doing a better job blocking our front, Byron Young included. And then our secondary just got picked apart, even by guys like Sam Darnold, who I still am not buying into. I don't know, man. Like, maybe it's a Joe thing. Maybe I have a mental block on Sam Darnold, but in my brain, I'm like, I feel like by the time his career ends, we're going to be like, I can't believe he won a Super Bowl. That's crazy. Like, I still feel that way, man. I don't know.
It would be the equivalent if Rex Grossman had won that Super Bowl with the Bears.
Seriously.
Where it's okay. It's okay to admit, like, hey, that guy's a Super Bowl champion. He did his job.
Yeah.
Like above board. He did his job as needed to win a Super Bowl. But it's also okay to also say he's not elite. Like, it's not like it's not the same as asking, hey, I need you to go be the best player on the field for this one drive, and he will do it.
Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. I mean, it's fine,
I'll channel my inner Collinsworth. He's no Mahomes. Like, he's no Mahomes. Like, we're not saying that. This is the part of the offseason that I get scared of as somebody who like puts their voice out on the internet, because when you're trying to speak with nuance about certain players that the teams love, that the fans love, I too love BY. My very first piece that I wrote in this space was about Byron Young's story. Phenomenal story. I hope he plays for 100 years and makes $1 billion.
Same.
But when it comes to the Rams getting better and what they need right now, you can't have the same conversation where it's like, do the Rams go get a Max Crosby to max out that D line and just make it unstoppable? You can't have Byron Young and Jared Verse too. I don't see a reality where you're going to be able to afford Kobe Turner and Byron Young and then eventually Jared Verse, because you're not getting rid of Kobe Turner. Like, that is their defensive captain. You're not getting rid of him. Byron Young, can you improve in there? And I don't want to play the ageist game as a 34-year-old who can barely get out of bed half the time. He turns 28 in 2 weeks. he turns 28. You have to ask, like, how much more can you improve? Because your biggest improvement years are your mid 20s, and he's just past that. Does he not count towards that statistic because he is a nominally like athletically, like he's just a kind of a freak athlete where he can keep getting better, or is this kind of his cap? It is a fair question to ask before you pay someone top 10 edge rusher money when you're trying to team build and win a Super Bowl. So it's just something to pay attention to, I think.
I'll be honest, I don't think he would get top 10 money for us or anywhere else. But I would say it's always just goes back to my same comment that I've made a billion times, man, is that players come and go. The Rams are forever, man. Like that's like, we're not going to keep everybody we like. And it's fine. Like there's at least one player I like on every single NFL team. It can't all just be Rams. You know what I mean? Like and there's players that, like, and BY is kind of one of them, where if he does leave, and that's the thing too, is like we're making quite the assumption that the Rams are going to be making a move involving BY to get him out.
No. I'm just asking the question. Is he set? Like, is he like for sure your cornerstone piece? Because no, like things aren't perfect either. Like if Jared Verse doesn't improve, if he doesn't do anything besides a bull rush, you can't count on him to be your number one pass rusher. Like you need someone else to step up. Is it going to be Josiah Stewart improving? Like it is a fair question to ask. Like,
I'm not saying it's not. I just think that that for BY, I think that we're looking at a player where I think that your question that you asked of like how much better can you get kind of thing is like, I think that's legitimate. It's one of those things where you got to look at it. It's like, is this who he is? Like, have we seen the cap of Byron Young? And if we have, do we feel comfortable trying to see if somebody else can replace or improve on that production? I think that's reasonable. That's a reasonable conversation to have. If we think that we've seen the max ability of Byron Young, well, do we think that Josiah Stewart might be better? Because if we do think that, then sell high on Byron Young, try to recoup another second round pick. You took him at 77. You can kind of twist that the way that he's performed in his career. You can twist a 77 into legitimate 3-year production into a trade and get a higher pick than he was. And like, I don't know, it just feels like something that the Rams would do, is accept the production that he gave you at a 77 overall pick for 3 years, and then parlay that into something where maybe you get a 40 pick overall, you know what I mean, this year or something. So I don't think that that's out of the realm of possibility. And I think that the Rams are very good at always improving. And if they don't think that they can move on from Byron Young and improve that spot, I don't think that they will. But if they think that they can, and there is, the options out there. I mean, Muad'Dib commented it. Bradley Chubb was released. I don't think that that'd be a good fit for us. But I mean, Max Crosby is like a legitimate available player that the Rams could absolutely get. And if you can get a Max Crosby, you absolutely move on from a Byron Young.
I missed that this morning. Bradley Chubb got released.
Yeah. Yep.
I do see. Didn't watch too much of Dolphins myself this year. Their defense. I watched their offense just because I was curious on how the whole Tua thing would go down. No, I'm not getting rid of bad blocker. Yeah, I'd have to watch him a little bit. I don't really know what his style is like, or even what his comp is super like. I'm sure he's not going to be crazy. I
wouldn't put him above Byron Young. He's getting released by the Dolphins. I mean, I think that's like
they're in rebuild. They're in rebuild. You get rid of your heavy contracts.
Like but the reason that you're not remembering Bradley Chubb right now, that's not an accident. It's not because he he flew under the radar with 20 sacks this year. That's not the case.
Yeah. Yeah. All I'm saying with the Byron Young thing to kind of fix up with that is I would not be surprised in the draft if the Rams take say they take a pass rusher in second or third round and he gives competition to Byron Young like Josiah Stewart already kind of has. I wouldn't be surprised if they wait on extending Byron Young. I think the priority would be given to Kobe, Puka, and I think Byron will be like third or fourth on that list. And maybe they make him play it out. I don't know. But let's see, we're at the 7:30 mark. How you want to close this bad boy out, sir?
That's a great question, actually. I'm just looking at Bradley Chubb's numbers, by the way. He played in all 17 games at 8.5 sacks. So fine, but again, I just don't think that's an improvement.
Also got to look at how did that defense do? I don't think that Dolphins defense.
Well, it's also we would get Byron Young for a 4th year cheaper and I think better production than Bradley Chubb. So I just don't think that move would make any sense.
That makes sense. Gotcha.
Let's see here. What are we gonna fade out?
Yeah. What are we listening? What are we listening off, chat? What are we doing?
I got this. Big name free agents that we were excited about and it didn't work out.
Allen Robinson.
Oh yeah, good call. Jake Long.
Oh Jesus.
I'm so sorry about that one, dude.
I know we still love him. I thought Marcus Peters was going to be a Ram forever. I thought it was like, it makes too much sense. Put him with Wade. Like he's going to be an asshole for like another 8 years. And it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. Give me Trey White. I was so excited. I was so excited, dude. I was like, this is going to be a game changer.
To see him collapse at the end of that Buffalo game, I feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's like, how do you lose your cool as a veteran and give them an extra 15? Because it wasn't a given. Like I don't know if the chat saw that, if you guys know what I'm talking about, but the setup for the Broncos to win that game, it was like back-to-back PIs on Trey White, and then he gave him another 15 by throwing his helmet on the ground out of frustration. Yeah. It's like, dude, that 15 yards could have been a miss. Like that was
tough.
I can't think of anything about Trey White besides that now. Like that's seared in my memory.
Yeah.
Big name.
I've got one more. So
I usually like our signings. Who do you got? I
got Deshaun Jackson. Just didn't work out. I was like, man, this is going to be a sick punt return or something like that. I didn't think he was going to fit in our offense real well, but I thought he would just like stick around as a returner, and it didn't work out.
It was old. I was over it by then. Adu Muad'Dib mentioned Bobby Wagner.